Well, hello. Let me welcome you to the world's longest suicide note. I'm your host, Roger, and while I am suicidal at times, I am not a ultrasound engineer or doctor or uh, any kind of mental health practitioner or provider whatsoever. So, so anyway, I'm just sitting here putting a clear coat on. Um, so don't mind me. But I wanted to talk a little bit. We're going to talk about image today, but this is going to be chapter 7. And it's really not chapter 7, it's really like chapter 13. Sorry for those people who are dealing with like bankruptcies. I think that's a thing. And so if I'm triggering you as far as that goes, I apologize. That being said, yeah, chapter 7. I totally forgot. I blew chapter 7 off apparently, and so when I was uploading videos, it went from 6 to 8, and I'm like, where's number 7? Where's number 7? And then all the thoughts started coming. Do I? Oh, this is not. There's something. It's like a sliver that can't sit. I have to fix. Do I delete everything I've done after 7 and then do all those over? Do I, and it took a minute for me to just say, no, I don't want to, let's just move forward, but we'll title this one chapter 7. And so at the end of the day, there'll be all the numbers will have a chapter. I know that if you're watching it in order, this is going to be weird because we have a finished painting that I'm sealing up right now, and we'll be starting another one here shortly. And then you're going to go back and you'll be like, whoa, what happened? What happened between chapter 7 and chapter 8? And so anyway, at the end of the day, nobody cares but me. I mean, nobody's gonna have a freak out like I did. So anyway, we're moving on. This chapter 7. We're gonna talk about image. Image. And I think it's important to know that image is something that concerns everybody. I mean, the image that you put out into society is always our best face. It's always the side of us that we want others to see and to connect with who we are. Now, that may be what it is, but does that mean it's transparent? Does that mean it's authentic? Does that mean no? It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that at all. And for a lot of my life, many years of my life, it was absolutely the opposite. Or I don't know if it would be opposite, because that may be like you go from good to anyway. But it was far from an authentic version of myself. And a lot of that is the stigma associated with mental illness. You're broken, and there's something wrong with you, and other people are going to find out about that. And so we need to hide that. Well, in hiding that, we also, I think, need to present something that's more on lines where maybe where we want to be or what we're trying to achieve. And so I spent a lot of my late teen, early 20s, I wasn't me. I was I'd walk out the door and I had to maintain a persona. And I honestly say I've never acted on stage. Uh, you know, it's not something I'm not a performing artist at all. And so, but I always tell people, it's like, who the best actors are? People who are depressed, people who have stigma and have decided to be someone else. And so you spend, it's not a role, it's like your life, and you spend a lot of time and energy putting into that role, so to speak. So you're going to play a part, you're going to play a role, and that role is going to be the version of you that you think you should be, not who you are, not the real. This is I'm playing Roger, and this is how I think Roger would act in these situations. And so that's for many years how it was, and like a lot of mentally ill people, I have neuroses, and I have ways that I act. I have not, I would say, tics or just different bodily movements when I'm really in it and I'm thinking, and I'm very expressive as far as that, and I had to do away with a lot of that stuff. I had to put those, spend a lot of time immersing myself into this role, so you couldn't tell. That was really, I think, what I was trying to do is make it so you didn't know that I'm mentally ill. And no cracks. We're not showing any cracks in the role's got to be unshakable. If someone breaks character, you got to keep going, because that's you can't break character. If you break character, everything else is going to get broke. So yeah, so yes, we immerse ourselves into a role, we get comfortable, and then we kill our true selves to the degree that we can. Because we don't want to revert to that. So a lot of hard energy, a lot of effort goes into maintaining that, and it's more than just mannerisms. It's more than just learning lines or doing anything like that. You have to reinvent this person, and then you have to work very hard to maintain that throughout a day, and then let alone throughout a week. So image is something that people with mental illness have to, and I don't want to just make it sound, because I don't care who you are. I mean, we've all thought, oh, this person would be great. I mean, they just seem like such a put together, nice, kind and they turn out to be dicks. They turn out to do, kick baby seals in the face. And you're like, what? That there's a dissonance there. Cognitive dissonance. Is that what am I using that? Anyway. Where those two things just don't add up, and you're like, oh, well, it's because in front of the camera or in front of you face to face, they're portraying someone that's not their true self. So and I totally understand it. I mean, I get it. We all want to reserve the worst parts of ourselves, for the deepest, darkest, parts of our soul. But the thing is, we are who we are, and we should be honest to that. And I could say that now. It's super easy for me to say it now because I'm, at the age where I've gained in awareness, and image is just something that is wasted energy. It's wasted energy, and I honestly think that right now, I am the way I'm supposed to be, and that's what I portray. Now, but it dies. It dies super hard. So and I will say this, and I'm gonna, because this is important. We can't always, at every situation, be fully transparent. It's not how we can. And what I mean by that is I still use an image as a tool. I use that when I'm hurting, when I'm tired, when I do not want to go forward. I don't want to do anything today. I want to stay in bed. And I don't even want to stay in bed, but that's where I'm going to stay. I just want to wallow. And so, but I can't. I can't for many reasons. I have a job that requires me to be present. I have people who are counting on me to do this job and to be a provider and just meet my bank's not gonna oh, I know you didn't feel great and I want you to be transparent, so don't worry about making the mortgage payment this month. That's never gonna happen. So I still have to use an image. I have to put my image out there, but I'm hoping that as my life has become more aware, that image is towards the transparent side. It's not a totally different departure of who I am. It is more in keeping with my core values. It's just that mask, that image that I put on is allowing me to get out the door, and to move forward instead of backwards or staying in neutral. So there is, I will absolutely say that there are times when using a mask or using an image is something that we do because we have to. But that part that we use has to develop, and it has to become more and more and more transparent to who we really are. And eventually, and I'll say this, there's a thing that says fake it till, I don't know what a thing is. It's just, it's a saying, an idiom, fake it till you make it. And I've heard that a lot. And it, when I was fully immersed into my, I tried to convince myself that the image was real. But that whole fake it till you make it is really a part of my life now. And I wish that it wouldn't have to be. At some point, I would love to be 100% transparent and be able to say, look, it ain't happening today. I'm not leaving the bed. I'm not doing anything. And then be okay with that. But again, I have stuff to do. And part of me is very afraid, because if I allow myself to do that for one day, I'm going to want to do it the second day. And I'm going to want to do it the third day. And I'm going to want to do it. And there you go. So sometimes having a mask or an image that you could put on until you feel more yourself is a good thing to have, in my opinion, because it allows you to get stuff done when you don't want to get stuff done. So anyway, there's gonna be more. There's gonna be more on this because again, these right now I'm talking about some big issues that are interwoven with a lot of other issues. So these things, it's not just okay. We talked about image, and now we'll never talk about it again. It's going to be a part of it. All this is going to just be layering on of itself. So anyway, that's so much for chapter 7. Yeah, much more to come, and just be aware that this is how to sequence. I'm sorry. I keep it messes with me. It's a sliver. I can't get that sliver out. But we're gonna move forward. It's gonna be great. So, anyway, have an amazing day. And I don't feel like I have to leave with wisdom every time. You know, this is not a tutorial on how to live with mental illness. This is my perspectives on this, you know, and I don't feel like this is any, you know, I'm not expecting you to live your life any single way. I'm just saying that, you know, image can be a benefit, but at the end of the day, it's how much you use it and how transparent is it. That's really the key. Anyway, take good care. We'll see you in the next chapter, whatever that is.